Hello, everyone. This is Mohammed Akib with Akib CPA, and today we'll be discussing the year-end bookkeeping checklist. So this is a year-end, not a monthly one. I have a separate video for the monthly one. You can check out on the channel, but this is an year-end bookkeeping checklist. Bookkeeping checklists are the most important ones. Uh, that you need to have. This is something that we use internally in our firm. Also, we send this to our clients. This is on our website. You can check it out too. We will have a description or link below. All right. So before we get started, I do want to talk about why bookkeeping is important. Bookkeeping is important because it gives you the financial data. And then with that financial data, you can do tax planning, tax saving, plan for tax saving strategies, maximize deductions, which can save you taxes. So good bookkeeping gives you data, financial data for you to plan and for you to save taxes. So without bookkeeping, you won't be able to plan. You're always playing catch up. A lot of people come to me and say, Mohammed, please save me this much money. Try to save me taxes, try to do this. After the year end, I can only do so much. The only way you can be ahead is to have proper bookkeeping and accounting done on monthly basis, on time, so you can do planning. You can do planning for tax savings, and this is the key here. A lot of people miss this whole train because they're busy trying to bring in revenue. That's only half the work. The other half of the work is trying to keep the most money, right? And then the only way you can do this is if you have proper bookkeeping, which can lead to tax savings, and then that means more money in your pocket. That means you're taking more money home. So it's not about just bringing the revenue, it's also about keeping the most revenue. So when you're not doing tax planning, you're not trying to save taxes, you're only doing half of the job. So don't do half of the job, get into bookkeeping. If you need any help, any questions, shoot us an email, info@keepcpa.com, and we can help you. So without any ado, let's get started. So let me share my screen with you guys in terms of what I'm seeing. So this is one of our pages on our website. I want to share with you year-end bookkeeping. All right, so perfect. So year-end bookkeeping checklist, right? So what is something that you should be looking out for? This is a whole long list. So I'm gonna focus on the key ones here, where, excuse me, you can see what needs to be done. So first thing first is, of course, the year-end reports, right? So how do you get to these? This is when you have done monthly reconciliation, when you have done monthly bank reconciliation, monthly credit card reconciliation. And then also looked at your other liabilities, make sure your principal interest is being applied properly. Your depreciation. What else? And then let's say if you have any draws that is properly allocated, profit and loss statements, make sure that the chart of accounts are correct. And then this is where you run the reports. The reason you run the reports is to see where you stand in terms of the whole year. Also do a comparison, right, to see how things were different from last year. See what has gone right for you and what has gone wrong for you. And then so the year-end reports really give you an idea where things are going. Again, profit and loss gives you a snapshot within a time frame, and then the balance sheet gives you a year to year what has happened between a company, the health of the company, right? That's what balance sheet tells you. If the company was profitable previously, how long the company has been making money, all the investments in there, the cash. And then so this is a very good start when you're trying to do the year end. Make sure you do the monthly reconciliation. Make sure you get these reports, see the variances, and then look at what has been going on. Look at the detail, and then so you can see if there's any other transaction that is missing, wrongly classified. This will be a good start when you're trying to do the year end. Okay. So what about payroll taxes? Let's look at the payroll taxes. Again, look at the wages you have paid, match them with your reports, 941s, your state unemployment reports. See if your books match with the W-2s or 1099 that you'll be issuing. That's very important. And then that's part of the year end. Again, look at you're doing these reports to get this done too, right? which is sales tax, capital gains, fringe benefits. Sales tax is very important because this is something that, let's say, for example, you're collecting in December, you'll be paying in January. You need to have a journal entry recorded for this. Make sure that, if you are not, let's say, for example, you're not using the accounting software properly, a journal entry needs to be booked for the sales tax, which really does make the financial look good. All right, that's something that needs to be done. What else? All right. Sales tax is the key here. Withholding tax is also one of the things that you need to look at in terms of the accounts. Uh, Pay your taxes. This is the year end. Back up your files. Of course, you got to make sure you have the backup. That's something that is important. Make sure you download the reports. Make sure you keep a copy on a separate disk or separate place where it's not just everything in the software. Create budget and forecasting for the, again, this is based on the reports. So if you are doing monthly bookkeeping correctly, monthly accounting correctly, and then getting these reports, then you can do the variances and then do the forecasting. Variances to find out what are the differences between, in terms of the accounts. If you, let's say, for example, you made 150,000 last year, you made 150,000 this year, but your contractor expenses went up. Why did it go up? What really happened? It tells you a story, right? And then you want to investigate what is exactly going on, and so you can really take control, take charge there, and then try to reduce it, because that means something is being overspent. You don't want that, right? So you want to keep tight lid on a lot of the expenses. Make sure you are able to control, because you're bringing the revenue. That doesn't mean that you're going to be spending as much as too. So again, monthly bookkeeping, year-end debts, pay those. Make sure you are accounting for any debt that needs to be paid in 6 months or less. Anything that's 1 year or less. Long-term liabilities, short-term liabilities. That's also the key here. Sales tax is one of the big ones. Capital gains, if you sold, capital losses, if you sold any equipment, any vehicles, any assets. This is something that needs to be recorded too. You can do a tax basis or a US GAAP basis, but again, this, if you don't know, talk to your accountant and they can help you and record this gain. So nothing is finalized, even though you get the financial finalized and you give it to your CPA to prepare tax returns. They will give you an amount, right? They will tell you, hey, this much is your depreciation, this much is your capital gain based on the assets that were sold, or anything that was sold, or capital losses, right? So this is what you have to record. Go back into your financials, record them, and then get the financial finalized. So there's a step to the whole process, right? Monthly bookkeeping, looking at the reports, looking at the variances, forecasting, and then giving it to the CPA for you to get back some information, updating the financials again, and that's when it gets finalized. So there are multiple steps when it comes to year end. So don't just say, okay, I'm done with this. I gave it to my CPA, and then here you go. No. There's a whole part that comes after you get your returns. Make sure you're able to book your entries for depreciation, for sales tax, for income tax, for state taxes too, and make sure you're able to record them. So again, this is year-end bookkeeping checklist. You can download it from our website too. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, info@keepcpa.com, and we'll be gladly able to help you. Take care.